Okay, second grade, we're going to be reading a story today. It's in your binder. So what you're going to do is you're going to open your binder. You have your homework sheet, you have your prayer sheet, and you have your poem, you have your math sheet, and this is the story we want, okay? It's called The Dog and His Shadow. That's an interesting title. What do you think the story is going to be about? Yeah, maybe a dog and his shadow. And have you ever seen a dog chase its shadow around because it thinks it's another dog? Well, in the story, we're going to learn about a dog. And we're going to learn about something called greed. Raise your hand if you know what greed is, or if maybe you've heard the word before. Greed, or the word greedy. Is it a good word? Does it describe something good? Or does it describe something naughty, something bad? Yeah, something bad. Let's talk a little bit about greed before we start the story. So today we're gonna talk about greed, and we're gonna talk about how when we don't have self-control, we've learned about this. Self-control is when you tell your body, when you tell your mind to not do something, to have self-control. You have control over what you do. You have control over what you say. You have control over what you eat. You have control over what you take. You have control over what you do. So today we're going to talk about two things. Greed, it's not a good thing. And then temperance. Greed is a vice. A vice is something that you do over and over and over again that's bad. We don't want vices. Vices are not good. Vices do not help us get to heaven. But we have a vice. It's almost like, remember the bad angel on this side, and he's telling you to do the bad thing. And then your guardian angel over here, and he's telling you to do the good thing. And the good thing is called temperance. Temperance is a virtue. And a virtue is when you do something over and over and over again that's good. So we have greed, that's a vice. That's when you do something over and over again that's bad. And then we have a virtue, which is when you do something over and over again that is good. So we're going to talk about two things today. We're going to talk about greed. We're going to talk about temperance. Temperance is good and greed is not. Okay? Now you might be sitting there thinking, well, Miss Santana, I don't know what greed means. I don't know what temperance means. And that's okay. I'm not going to tell you right now. I'm going to make you think with your head. We're going to talk about it after we read the story. Okay? I just want to make you aware of what is going to happen. Okay, let's begin. Our pointer finger is on the dog and his shadow. Let's begin. The dog and his shadow attributed to Esau. And right now you're just listening to me, okay? I want you to follow along and whisper, but right now you're just listening to what I'm saying, okay? A hungry dog once found large and juicy piece of meat. He decided to take it to the far side of the stream where no one could take it from him. There, he could enjoy it in peace. While crossing the bridge, however, he happened to look down into the water. There, he saw his own reflection, but thought it was another dog with a piece of meat even larger than the one he held. Quickly, he jumped into the water to grab the large piece from the other dog. As he jumped, he lost his own piece of meat, and the stream carried it away. Since there was no other dog and no other meat, the dog, still hungry, sadly walked away. He walked away and barked. Okay. So we're going to read it one more time. And now I want you to read it out loud with me, okay? And I want you to notice whether the dog was greedy or if he was practicing temperance. I know you don't know what those mean yet, but I just want you to think about that, okay? Let's read it again. Now, remember, you're going to be reading it with me, okay? So I need you to speak loud, although I can't hear you. The dog and his shadow attributed to Aesop. A hungry dog once found large and juicy piece of meat. He decided to take it to the far side of the stream where no one could take it from him. There he could enjoy it in peace. While crossing the bridge, however, he happened to look down into the water. Now notice, when I am reading, every time there's a period, I stop. Whenever there's a comma, I also stop. When there's a period, I stop for 3 seconds. When there's a comma, I stop for 2. Let's continue. There he saw his own reflection, but thought it was another dog with a piece of meat even larger than the one he held. Quickly, he jumped into the water to grab the larger piece from the other dog. As he jumped, he lost his own piece of meat, and the stream carried it away. Since there was no other dog and no other meat, the dog, still hungry, sadly walked away. Okay, so now we read it 2 times. And I'm going to put up a sheet of paper, and I want us to answer these questions. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Let's answer these questions. So the first question that it says characters and settings. Now, who were the characters of the story? You're right, a hungry dog and his shadow. Good. Now, those were the 2 characters. Now, what was the setting? Setting. A setting is where the story took place. Where is the setting? Let's try to look in our story. It says, a hungry dog once found a large and juicy piece of meat. He decided to take it to the far side of the stream where no one could take it from him. Where was this? He decided to take it to the far side of the stream where no one could take it from him. So where is this taking place? The far side of the stream. Now let's take a moment and look at some words that maybe we don't know what they mean. A hungry dog once found a large and juicy piece of meat. Do we know what those words mean? Large, big, and juicy. There's juice in it. Juicy piece of meat. He decided to take it to the far side of the stream where no one could take it from him. So the far side of the stream, let's think. What is a stream? If I have water and I pour it, there's going to be a stream of water. So what is a stream? Yeah, you're right. A stream is like a river. So where did the dog take him? The dog took this large piece of meat, large juicy piece of meat, to the far side, to the other side of the stream, of the river, where no one could take it from him. There he could enjoy it in peace. He could enjoy his piece of meat without anyone bothering him. While crossing the bridge, where else is this taking place? Yeah, on a bridge. He happened to look down into the water. There he saw his own reflection, but he thought it was another dog with a piece of meat larger than the one that he held. Held is something you hold on to. Okay. So, what's the next question? We're just going to go over a couple today. What's the next question? Who is in the story? Our hungry dog. Okay. What do we want to name our hungry dog? We can name him whatever we want. You can each have your own name for your hungry dog. Okay. We're going to use our imagination today. So, what do we want to name this hungry dog? How about we name him Fred? Fred, our hungry dog. Okay, so Fred. So who is in the story? Fred, a juicy piece of meat, and a shadow, right? Okay, and what are they like? What is Fred like? Does he like to share? No, he doesn't. He says he decided to take his piece of meat to the far side of the stream where no one could take it from him. So today what we're going to learn about is we're going to learn about what greed is. There was a story I was reading, and I will read the story to you on Friday, but I'll give you a summary about what it was. There's a little boy named Dick, and he didn't like to share. He didn't. He was selfish. And he said, everything is mine. Nobody can take anything away from me because it's mine. It's my glass of water and my phone and my computer, and I'm not going to share because it's all mine. He didn't share at all. And today we're going to talk about this thing. It's called greed. It's when you take things and you say it's mine and you don't like to share. Has that ever happened to you? I know it's happened to me before, where I say this is mine and nobody can touch it. Now, greed is not something good. Because when we have greed in our heart, we don't allow Jesus to come in. We say, no, God, not right now. And that's not good. That doesn't make Jesus' heart feel good. Because what does Jesus want to do? He wants to give us everything that he has. But he can't give us everything if we're still holding on to something, right? To greed. So greed is when you don't share. It's when you just take and take and take. And you say, this is mine. And you say, I don't want to share. Okay. Sorry, this keeps on coming off. Okay. So is Fred greedy? Yeah, and he's a little selfish too. Okay, let's go to the next question. When does this happen? When do you think it happens? The story doesn't tell us. It doesn't say in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at nighttime, in the middle of the night. So I'm going to let you decide. When do you think the story happened? Was it in the morning? Was it in the afternoon? Was it at nighttime? Was it in the middle of the night? Now, let me tell you something. Can you see your shadow at night? No, you can only see your shadow when the sun is out. So, today what I want you to do is I want you to go outside, and this week is going to be very sunny. So I want you to go outside in the morning, and I want you to see your shadow. Is it a small shadow or is it a large shadow? Okay, then I want you to go outside in the afternoon, maybe like around 1 p.m. And I want you to go outside and see, is my shadow big or is it small? Then I want you to go right before the sun comes down. And I want you to see, is my shadow big or is it small? Okay? And when I meet up with you on Friday, I want you to tell me, what did you notice? Okay? And then the last question that we're going to go over is, where do they live or where do they go? And it tells us, where did Fred go? Or at least my dog's name is Fred. You can name your dog whatever you want. The dog whatever you want. But where did Fred go? He went to the far side of the stream on a bridge, right? Okay. Well, that's all we have time for today. I encourage you to read the story again with your parents and maybe read it one more time and try to figure out why do you think this hungry dog was greedy? It's a good question to ask. Why do you think he was greedy? Now, don't forget to go today, to go look at your shadow and see how big it gets in the morning, in the middle of the day, and then right before the sun comes down. The sun should still be up though. And try to see what your shadow looks like. Is it small? Is it large? Does it change? Does it stay the same? Okay. So until tomorrow, we'll see you very soon. God bless. Totus tuus, Maria.